To be honest, as a cozy gamer, summer games can really just be like hit or miss. And sometimes I get really stuck with what to play. Cozy gaming tends to be synonymous with like autumn and winter. So you think like snuggling up on the sofa with a mug of tea or a bowl of soup and like swaddled up in a blanket while you play Cozy Grove or Wildflowers or Witchwood, you know, anything kind of witchy and autumnal. I kind of get that when I think of cozy games. So playing games in summer, it's really kind of like, what am I meant to be playing? So I've done my research and I have found 10 cozy games for summer that will just make you rethink how to cozyfy your gaming sessions when it's like 30 degrees Celsius outside. If there's any games on this list that I don't cover and you really think should be on this list, let me know down in the comments. Also, don't forget to like this video because likes really help me out, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and go check out my blog hercozygaming.com because that's where I share even more cozy gaming listicles for you. Without further ado, let's get into my top 10 cozy games for summer. So the first game on my list, I have found a game that is perfect for seasonal changes in your life, and it will make you nostalgic for like riding around on your bike as a kid. Season A Letter to the Future is a third-person open world exploration that follows a young woman on the cusp of adulthood. Travelling away from her home for the very first time, she needs to document the world before it comes to an end. She leaves her small village under a protection spell from her mother to collect audio recordings and capture still images with her camera of the local villagers and their life stories before the end of the season. Like all good collection games, she keeps all her findings in her journal, which you can decorate and organise however you want. I played Season A Letter to the Future on my Steam Deck and it worked like a dream. I mean, if you want to play this in handheld, absolutely go ahead and play it on Steam Deck. Ditch your bicycle for 4 wheels in this next cozy game on my list. Cozy Caravan is a wholesome crafting and exploration adventure game. This top-down game just brings a smile to my face because it's set in such a beautiful cozy world. You can choose between a cow, a badger, a goat, or even an axolotl as your main character. And with your sidekick Bubba and your horse-sized bee Rigby, and yes, by the way, you can pet Rigby, you journey together in your caravan between towns, farming, crafting, unlocking new recipes to cook, and finding lost frogs. Because what is a cozy game without frogs? Come on. At the weekends, you set up shop to trade for love and hearts rather than money. These will reward you with guild tokens that you can use to upgrade your caravan. I haven't had a chance to play this game myself yet, but it's one that I really want to play this summer, especially after long days at work, you know? And I'll probably be playing this on stream when I get around to it. But if caravans are too grandma era for you, then this game may be more your speed. Solarpunk is a cozy survival game soaring high above the clouds. Set in a distant future where people live on floating islands and get about in airships, you can grow crops, build your home, and craft tech that will automate processes for you while you explore new areas. This in particular has piqued my interest because I find farming games can get pretty tedious after a while because, you know, like it's the same. They're all the same. You just grow crops. There's nothing different about growing crops. You're just growing crops. But in Solarpunk, you get these little bots that do the watering for you, so then you can go off and just, you know, explore. So I really like that aspect about this. You can also play solo or in multiplayer, so you can soar the skies with your friends. But you'll have to wait until possibly next summer, maybe early summer, late. I don't know exactly. It doesn't have a proper release date yet because it's not due until 2025. But if you're not willing to wait until like next summer to play a cozy game, then don't worry. I've got you. I know indie games can take a long time to come out sometimes. How about a classic? A Short Hike released back in 2019, I believe, and has been a fan favourite of many indie game fans and a fan favourite of mine, personally. You play as Claire, a tiny bird who's come to Hawk Peak to visit her aunt and get away from city life. Go with Claire as she takes the scenic route to the top of Hawk Peak to try to get a phone signal so she can check on her mum back home. To get to the top though, you'll need to collect golden feathers, which grant you extra stamina and a boost in jump. I played this on holiday when I was in Wales like a couple of years ago, and I recommend it to every cozy gamer ever now. It's like one of my favourite games. It's like the I can't say it now. It's like the quintessential cozy game. Now, before I get on to the next 5, I just want to give like a couple of honourable mentions. So here are a few that haven't actually made my top 10 for my summer playlist. Now, after all that sightseeing of a short hike, then perhaps you need to take a gentler walk, perhaps around a picturesque estate. I can't say that. Botany Manor is a puzzler disguised as a walking sim. You play as Arabella Green, a retired botanist who hasn't quite given up on her adventures just yet. I mean, retirement is only the start, let's be honest. Explore her house and gardens filled with her life stories and years of research to figure out the ideal habitat of some potted flowers. Grow each plant to fill up your journal and advance the game. I played this on stream and my viewers totally got stuck in with help me with some of the puzzles because personally I find puzzles quite difficult sometimes. And it is actually really nice to have a hand. But this game is so stunning that I just love walking around, just sitting on the benches and just listening to the bird songs. I highly recommend Botany Manor. It's a game I just keep getting drawn back to because it honestly is just so stunning. But if the thought of walking around a museum-like estate isn't really your sort of thing, and it doesn't really do it for you, you know, then you should totally hop in your car and drive on over to Park Beyond. Park Beyond is a theme park simulation game that gives you the freedom to create and manage the parks of your dreams. If you grew up playing like Theme Park or Planet Coaster, then I totally recommend giving Park Beyond a try. I know it's hard to, you know, put down your old games that you grew up with and try something new, but honestly, this is worth it. I got an early look at this game in Insomnia last year, 2023, and I had to play around in the sandbox mode. I was actually pleasantly surprised by how unique you can make your coasters compared to like some of the old like roller coaster games. And honestly, I love management games anyway, so this one really let me like just be 100% creative and just let it rip. But don't let the thrills of theme parks overwhelm you, because you could also take a break in Sunset Hills. Sunset Hills is a wholesome hand-drawn puzzle adventure set in a serene Victorian-inspired world. You follow Nico, a veteran turned writer who embarks on a world trip after publishing his first novel. It's a peaceful narrative-driven post-war game, but filled with puppies, which was a clever move by the devs because, let's be honest, like stories about war are far from cozy. And although this tale does contain war scenes and themes of loss, which some players may wish to be aware of, by the way, it's made palatable because of the cute characters and the stunning setting. I mean, Sunset Hills doesn't actually release until later this year, maybe like late summer, early autumn, but I just wanted to make you aware of it so you could add it to your wish list so you can get on it early, you know. If the Victorian setting of Sunset Hills doesn't really do it for you, then maybe a Japanese setting will. Sunnyside is a cozy farming game set in the Japanese countryside, filled with charming locals and stunning landscapes. Sunnyside is touted as a modern spin on the farming sim genre, but personally I think it needs more time to bake because, you know, I kind of got lost when I was playing the demo of this game, and didn't really progress very much. I love the idea of Sunnyside and I love how it started. I mean, I love the whole setup of it. I thought that was great. I like talking to my sister on my phone and things. I loved that. But I don't think I'd consider buying this at full price. I would wait until it goes on sale, if it goes on sale at all during the summer. I mean, it's in an unfinished state right now. However, I think it has potential and that's why I'm adding it to this list. All that countryside can get a bit boring, can't it? So why not inject some more excitement? We've already had theme parks on the list. How about climbing? Jusant is a short action puzzle climbing game that will take you around 8 hours to complete. Your goal is to traverse a giant tower to search for water in a world that has mysteriously lost it. Master your tools and take in the breathtaking biomes full of flora and fauna, accompanied by a peaceful and atmospheric soundtrack. It's a cross between Journey and like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. What it lacks in dialogue, it definitely makes up for in stunning visuals. There's no fear of falling either because you're tethered to the rock at all times, so it's got that going for it. If you've ever fancied a spot of bouldering or wondered what it was like to hang from a rock at great heights, then I recommend giving this a play this summer. And last but not least, on my list I have Powerwash Simulator. Now I know this has been around a little while, but because after all that sand and excitement, you know, from playing in Jusant, then maybe you need a drop of water to cool off. So grab up to 6 of your friends and hit the streets in Powerwash Simulator. Wash away your worries with the soothing sounds of high pressure water. Fire up your power washer and blast away every speck of dirt and grime you can find. Making stuff sparkle and gleam is just so satisfying, but there's something also nostalgic about playing with water in summer, don't you think? You can build up your business with a variety of different nozzles as you complete jobs around the town of Muckingham in the base game. There's really only one goal, to be honest, in Powerwash Sim. It's just clean everything. Powerwash Sim has so many add-on packs at this point that there's even more things to clean. I mean, I had a go at Tomb Raider and I played it on Switch and I wasn't that keen on it, to be honest. I didn't really like how it controlled on the Nintendo Switch. So I really want to play it on PC this summer and give Powerwash Sim another go. Because it's got like the new Alice Adventure special pack and I really want to play that. And that's why it's on my list for my cozy games of summer.